Hi, Donny.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi. Of all the blunders created by British colonialism or UK in this world, the top blunder has got to be the creation of Pakistan. And today, 78 years later, it has come back to haunt them. Not only them, in fact, it's come back to haunt the entire world.
And so today, I think so. Let us discuss about the three major exports of Pakistan. And the first one is the Pakistani grooming rape gangs in the UK.
So very misleading word. What is a grooming gang? It's so misleading, right? You feel like these are some makeover gangs. They pluck you off the street, they give you a makeover, and then they put you back there. But this is just a euphemism for the actual activity that they conduct under wraps. What do you have to say about it?
पहले तो हम ये समझते हैं ना कि grooming gang. Why is it called a grooming gang, right? It basically talks about a group of men who prey on children between the age of 10 to 16 who are from broken homes or who are staying in, let's say, child welfare. तो इन लोग को क्या करते हैं कि they stay outside the schools in the taxis, make friends with them, and over a period of time फिर उन लोग को free alcohol देते हैं, free cigarettes, free drugs. तो ये करके एक बार जब bond बनते हैं and then they identify, फिर उन लोग को rape करते हैं. During that act, they make videos, they take photographs. फिर उसके द्वारा they start exploiting them furthermore. They start trafficking them to other places. So basic idea ये था कि ये लोग इन लोगों को एक groom कर रहे हैं for sexual exploitation. So that is how it came out. And also what's surprising is initially they were called Asian gangs, yeah, because people are from Asia. But then जब ये Asian gangs बोला तो see, Asia consists of a lot of countries: Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, yeah, you name it, from Japan to Korea. So the rest of the Asian community were really angry, and they said, no, this is unfair to the rest of us because we are being victimized as well. So you need to identify it. So finally, when they started identifying and when the probe happened, they discovered that the majority, or let's say almost all of them, were Pakistanis, and hence the Pakistani grooming gangs or the Pakistani rape gangs. And now, even if you look at the news, they have stopped calling them Asian grooming gangs or Asian rape gangs and started calling them Pakistani rape
Pakistani.
gangs.
The victims were mostly white girls from vulnerable, underprivileged backgrounds, broken homes, care homes, girls who depend upon the state for their protection. They were let down by the state, and hence it was disguised as, oh, we are worried about racial tensions.
Correct.
We are worried about being branded as racist. जबकि सच तो ये था कि उन्होंने शॉडी जॉब किया था.
Correct.
पुलिस जॉब पूरा शॉडी था. क्राइम्स रिपोर्ट नहीं किए गए थे. उन्हें they were just brushed under the carpet.
Channel 4 made a first documentary in 2004, but that time, can you believe it was the police who told them not to air it? Why? Because they were afraid of racial tensions.
And the Brits, by being politically correct, by being too soft on crime, because of because of the worry of being branded racist, are taking no action against them. So they have come to believe कि यहाँ भी चलता है, इसलिए हम तो करेंगे क्योंकि हम तो ऐसे ही हैं. These same Pakistani men, if they go to countries like UAE or Saudi Arabia, they wouldn't dare touch a
Dare
woman.
touch, yes.
They wouldn't dare touch a woman. Their hands and legs will be chopped off instantly.
This covers our first export of Pakistan, which is the rape gangs in the UK. And now we'll come to the second point, which is, as we all know, terrorism.
Terrorism, as we all know, has been Pakistan's core competency. It is their national identity. you know, it is what they are now globally known for. India has been trying to raise this on the world stage for a long time about all of Pakistan's criminal activities and terrorist activities in India. For example, so the 1993 serial blasts in Mumbai were planned from Karachi by Dawood, who was given a safe haven by Pakistan for many, many, many years. I guess he still has a home in Pakistan, as do many well known terrorists. And all of Pakistan has this one wet dream called Ghazwa Hind, where they believe that they will establish their seat of power in New Delhi and capture all of India. And in this wet dream, they obviously managed to convert all of Indians after, of course, some crazy amount of genocide, because all of their dreams are extremely violent, as is this one. The problem is that they are taught to hate so many things from such a young age. First, it was only Hindus are bad, Indians are bad. Now it has become white people are bad, Christians are bad, Shias are bad, name it, and they keep adding it to the list. The list just never
Just
gets
goes on.
over. The West turned a blind eye to this entire situation, thinking of it as a subcontinent problem. But now the chickens have come home to roost, my friend. It wasn't the problem of the West until it came to the West. And today you hear of terrorist attacks in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Scandinavian countries. Ironically, this is the karmic circle. The UK, first of all, created Pakistan, and they thought that, oh, हम ये एक चिंगारी छोड़ के जा रहे हैं साउथ एशिया में, और ये चिंगारी इन्हें चलाती रहेगी पूरा टाइम। हम तो भाई चले गए, हमने अपना काम कर दिया,
करते
इस
हैं।
इस खित्ते को कभी ऊपर आने नहीं देंगे इसके बाद। लेकिन अब वो चिंगारी, वो आग वहां तक पहुंच गई है basically, and now they are suffering and they are burning in that same fire. Pakistan gave safe haven to terrorists like Osama bin Laden and Mullah Omar. A Pakistani national living in Canada was planning to cross over, enter New York, conduct a mass shooting in a Jewish center at Brooklyn on October 7th. 14 Pakistani nationals were arrested in Spain. They were part of a jihadi network involved in planning extremist activities in Europe. I mean, you open the gates for these people, you let them in, and then you wonder why things like these are happening, because that is who they are. That is their mindset, and you are importing that mindset, and you are importing those criminals into your countries, and they are creating a ruckus. One thing is to turn a blind eye to what India has been saying for so long or trying to alert the world about. A second thing is to invite this problem home and then be shocked about it. So just to surmise it in terms of India, not only was Pakistan sending insurgents into Kashmir, not only was it conducting terrorist activities in India in terms of blasts and riots, it was also sponsoring secessionist activities against India, like the Khalistan movement being case in point. Now, all of these three things were happening, and India was talking about it on the world stage, and like we discussed, it was an India problem, right? Until it became a world
No
problem.
problem.
And that brings us to the third export of Pakistan, which is beggars.
Did you know that Pakistan, till the past, was one of the biggest exporters of donkeys? They exported a lot of donkeys to China for their leather and meat, but now they have superseded their expectations and they export by exporting
Beggars.
beggars.
जब इंडिया में कोई बच्चा पैदा होता है तो माँ बाप बोलते हैं मेरा बच्चा डॉक्टर बनेगा, मेरा बच्चा इंजीनियर बनेगा। लेकिन जब पाकिस्तान में बच्चा पैदा होता है, लोग पता है क्या बोलते हैं? मेरा बच्चा भिखारी
Beggar.
बनेगा।
Do you know the beggar industry in Pakistan has a turnover of over $42 billion annually? That's almost, I think, so more than their own economy, what they are
I'm
doing at the moment,
sure, I'm sure, I'm
right?
sure.
42 billion. Like, I would want to be a beggar if I was a Pakistani. भाई पढ़े लिखे तो कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा,
Yeah, yeah,
हाँ, no jobs,
yeah.
no opportunities.
Yeah. So let us tell you how this happened and how it works. How do these? So these are syndicates. There are syndicates who send beggars abroad, primarily abroad, and they tell them, देखो आधा जो भी तू कमाएगा वो मेरा, मैं तुझे फॉरेन भेजूंगा, पेपर वर्क, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, रहना खाना पीना whatever, बट वहां पर जो भी तू कमाएगा वो आधा मेरा। इसमें से कई लोग जो है हज के बहाने जाते हैं इन प्लेसेस लाइक सऊदी अरेबिया, और फिर वहां से वापस नहीं आते हैं, वहीं पर स्ट्रीट्स पे बैठ के बेगिंग करते हैं। In fact, Saudi Arabia, 90% of beggars that are caught globally are Pakistanis. I mean, no surprises
The
here.
surprises here.
और
Grand mosque.
मैका के ग्रैंड मॉस्क में 90% पिक पॉकेट्स जो पकड़े जाते हैं वो भी पाकिस्तानी
पाकिस्तानी।
हैं। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ पता है डॉनी? कि अगर तुम प्यार से भीख नहीं दोगे तो हम तुम्हारी जेब में
जी,
हाथ
जी।
डाल के ले लेंगे।
That's crazy.
पर
But
वो
just
एज अ कंट्री उनका माइंडसेट ही है ये कि हमें मेहनत नहीं करनी है, इसलिए 78 इयर्स में वो एक सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग इकोनॉमी बन ही नहीं पाए हैं,
नहीं
अभी
बना
भी एड पर ही सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। एड क्या होती है? एक तरीके की भीख ही होती है ना,
भीखी तो है।
ऑफ कोर्स। तो उनका नेशनल माइंडसेट ही ये है।
Correct. जब गवर्नमेंट कर रहा है तो हम क्यों नहीं करें?
Exactly.
I really believe not everybody is the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of the Pakistanis, I personally think, they want to lead a good life. They want to live an honest life. पर प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, ये जो 3 एक्सपोर्ट्स हैं, जो टेररिज्म हो गया, आपके रेप गैंग्स हो गए, आपके बेगर्स हो गए, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इन लोगों का नाम अभी वर्ल्ड में इतना ज्यादा खराब हो चुका है
I know.
that the deserving people are not getting the
Correct
opportunity.
opportunities. Yeah.
and their names are getting spoiled to such an extent.
Yeah.
The UAE has always been one of the biggest supporters of
Yeah.
Pakistan
Yeah.
throughout history. They have always helped कि भाई पाकिस्तानी लोग कहीं पे नहीं है तो हमारे पास will give you work.
Yeah.
Now they themselves are saying we don't want them.
Yeah.
They are making the visas more strict. They are more stringent,
Mm.
and they are taking other people from India, from Sri Lanka, from Nepal,
Yeah.
from even Bangladesh for that matter, over the Pakistanis because of the reputation, the bad reputation that has spread. कि बोलते हैं ना, your reputation should precede you.
Yeah.
ये वही हो गया कि your bad reputation has preceded them
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
such an extent because of those minority people.
Yeah.
The rest of the country, I think so, is now going to face a lot of backlash.
So these were our views on the top 3 exports of Pakistan to the world. Write in the comments. Please tell us whether you liked what we said. Do you agree with us? Do you want to add to it? What, according to you, are the top 3 exports of Pakistan? And if you liked what we shared, please like the video. Please subscribe to our content. You'll get to know a lot more about the world, about politics, about economics, religion, spirituality, history, and a lot of other such interesting topics from our channel. Until next time.